Hey there folks, my name is Alex. My partner Megan and I wanted to fill our lives with experience, so we moved into our van Betty and hit the road. When we realized how much more we can do while living out of a van, we decided to go all in for the long run. After 6 months of living in the van and traveling around, we've decided we want to completely rethink, redesign, upgrade, and improve our van. We're doing a full rebuild. This is the Alex Build Stuff Show. It's the show where I build stuff and I show you.
Well, hi there, folks. Welcome back to the Alex Build Stuff Show. It's the show where I build stuff and I show you. Yeah. Alright.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Alex, and this is the Alex Build Stuff Show. On this episode, we're going to be putting some much-needed tilting windows into Betty. We just need better airflow in here. As well, we're going to be taking care of a few last little things before we really start to move on cabinetry in here. So let's get after it. So one thing you may have already noticed is the fact that this window is a lot darker than this one. You can see out of this one and you can't see out of this one. One of the things that we wanted to do was have as much airflow as possible within the van. This window can now pop out. I have to do this window still today, and I'll show you the process of doing that. It's not very fun. Going over to the front of the van, you'll notice that we now have a head unit and a nicely wrapped headliner. We had a Mexi blanket that we wanted to use, and I just took the headliner down and wrapped it in a Mexi blanket, and it looks really cool now, and I'm really stoked with how it turned out. Before we get started, let's just take a moment to observe how badass Betty is looking. I see this van and I get so friggin' stoked about doing all the fun adventures that are in store for us. Nailed it. All right, next order of business. Seeing as I am on a window kick right now, we're gonna take care of another window. This one right here. As I was mentioning, we want to get as much ventilation into the van as possible, and this window right here, it does not tilt. It's a nice big window, lets in lots of light, but it doesn't tilt or it doesn't open, and so we can't get any airflow really from the front of the van. So what we did is purchase this window here, and we're going to take the window out, replace it with a big old aluminum sheet, and then I'm going to cut a hole for the new window. The window's going to be a bit smaller, but it's going to be able to open. Let's get after it. Now that I've got the window out finally, I've also cleaned up the edge. Well, it's time to trace that window and cut out the aluminum and then stick it on there.
I dare say, my good fellow, I do believe we have a rather large hole in the side of the van.
Well, alrighty there, folks. We got 4 self-tappers in here. I've taken it off already and trimmed the fat, as they say. Trim the fat. Now it fits in there real nice. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put some foam on the inside. That's going to create a cushion. Hopefully it will help limit the amount of thermal bridging that happens on this door here. And then once that is over, I will stick it on there with a whole bunch of sealant and put a whole bunch of screws in it. Let's get after it. All right. Now that we've got this in place, it's time to cut out the window. Let's go cut some more holes. Well, okie dokie, folks. It looks like that window's in. Kind of. So there's this problem where van has a rather significant curve and the window's quite straight and it does not want to bend and the aluminum will not give. So I need to come up with a solution, which is always fun because my brain just has to go exactly like that. It sounds a little bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe a frustrated Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what my brain sounds like when it's thinking hard. Remember that. All right. I'm just going to show you guys the solution because I don't want to shoot this. So, and hey, we're back. Solution. Make spacer. Very good. It's not ideal. Usually I like to have wood on the inside of the vehicle, but now I have wood on the outside of the vehicle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this either with fiberglass or some kind of urethane sealant, and then eventually it's going to be painted over. So that's all for now. I gotta go to Vancouver. Hey there folks, I am back. Went out to Vancouver for the weekend and I'm back here working on the van. As you can see, I've got this spacer made. Now it's time to glue it in place and seal it up. Let's get her. So now that I'm waiting for paint to dry, which is my favorite activity, I'm going to finish the inside of this door. It's already insulated. I just have to put furring strips and wood slats on it. It's part of the wall, so might as well finish it. Let's get after it. No further ado. And there you have it. The inside of the door is all sheeted. Just have to put some trim around here, but I think I'll do that in my finishing. So this whole door is now insulated. We've only got a small window that we can easily insulate. So I think that altogether Betty is getting a heck of a lot warmer for all of the time that we'll be spending in high elevation, winter climate, all that kind of stuff. Stoked. Let's get on with some other things. So I've been moving pretty slow on capping this flange. Got a little bit done, but I'm really not looking forward to doing it, but time's come, gotta do it. Well, I forgot to shoot me putting it in, but looks like we've got a front hatch. Thumbs up. Well, it's been a big couple of days for building. I've got a lot done, a lot of like little jobs cleaned up, which I'm very, very excited for because I was avoiding them for a really long time. But yeah. Well, I do believe that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. If I have helped you in any kind of way, please feel free to let me know. And if not, say hi, I guess. All right. Well, until next time, remember to keep on roaming. Later.